Oh my God. Why? What happened? I was off all this while. Okay. I was talking for how many minutes? Almost 40 minutes. When this video was off. All right. So what did I talk about? Acting as if. This video is about how to act as if I already have what I want. In this case, how to act as if I already am in a relationship with a wealthy, generous man who gives me whatever I want, supports me financially, and is happy to do it. How to act as if while I live in the physical world. The first thing I said is to know that this desire I didn't just birth this desire right now. This desire has been conspiring. The universe has been conspiring with me to make this desire more and more potent and to basically put it in my face that this is yours. Every time I've asked for this and didn't get it, every time I fought for it, every time I looked for it, reached out for it, and I didn't get it, the desire became more and more potent. The fact that I was raised in a community where I was raised in a family where my dad didn't provide for me in that way, and my mom didn't provide for me in that way, and also raised in a community where I wasn't provided for in that way. All of those things made the desire stronger, because when I didn't have that, I wanted the opposite. I wanted it more and more. I didn't have a dad who provided for me financially, who provided everything for me financially, so I wanted a man who would do that. I didn't have a mom who... I think we live in a society where we see these things as traumatic, but I don't think they are actually traumatic. I think they're traumatic and bad, like it's a trauma that you're not supposed to want. You're not supposed to want a man to fulfill the wishes of your dad. And we see these things in the society as, not growing up, and I guess there's some truth to that, but it's not a bad thing. All of those things are conspiring for you to be this person that will want to be in a relationship with a man who would give you what your dad didn't give you. So that situation where I was in a relationship, where I was in a family where my dad didn't provide me, and that's a positive thing. So there's no shame about that. That's what I'm saying. This is the realization that I just had actually. Yeah. This it's like it's because you're traumatized. You're traumatized, and you were what do we call it? You were denied certain needs by your dad. That's why you want those needs fulfilled. Yeah. But it was because I was denied those needs that those needs became more and more potent in me. And here we are right now. The universe is telling me this is yours now. This everything in your life has been conspiring for you to have what you want. Every time you've asked for it and didn't get it, your desire became more and more potent. It became more and more strong. So it's yours for the taking. The conditions and circumstances have been created in you, in your life, so that I can want it more and more and more. So that's not trauma, that's not a negative. So that's the realization that I just had, actually. That, yeah, when you were denied, or what's the word? It's not denied. It's because I had a dad who didn't provide for me. That's why I want someone to provide for me. that is the, well, that's the first physical condition, the first physical circumstance in my life that contributed to the desire I have right now. So that is it's the ultimate chessboard where every chess piece is conspiring to put this thing in your face. I think in this universe we have so many things backward. We have so many things backward, and and this is a realization I just had. Yeah, that I want this now because I didn't have it, and that's the glory of it. Because I didn't have it, so I want it now. So that is yeah. So that's the first thing. Acting as how to act. How to act as if, first of all, the universe has been conspiring with me. That's the first thing. The second one is to know from now that you know that the universe and everything else in your life has been conspiring for you to have this thing. It's basically put it in your face. It's one of your lessons, especially for me. It's one of my main lessons that it's always been in my face. That it's finances, being with someone who would support me financially. From a very young age, that has been one of the things that I felt very acutely. And as I grew up, I feel it more and more. And it's no accident that I'm here right now. It's no accident that I still want that. And the fact that I have been subconsciously shaming myself because I thought this is like a, I saw it as a negativist because of all the books I read, psychology, psychotherapy, and all that, saying that, when your needs have not been met as a child, then yes, you want those needs met, and you need to grow out of that. What if all those needs were not met because you needed to want this? This is part of your soul's desire. And the reason why the universe, your circumstances were set up in that way when you were young is because this is part of your soul's desire. So it's not a negative. It's not a negative. You don't need to grow. You're never going to grow out of it. I'm never going to get to a point. I don't think I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to be wanting to be with a man who doesn't, support me financially. Even if I have my own money, even if I have my own, millions and millions of pounds, I'm still going to want to be with a man who has his money and who takes care of me in that way. I want to be taken care of. That's what I want. It's nothing to do with me having money or not. That gives me a sense of joy. And yes, it is dependent in a way, but what if that dependence is also another circumstance in my life to make this desire in me more and more potent and put it in my face? What if? So the first thing here, like we said, is understanding that everything in the universe has been conspiring to make this desire in you more and more potent. That's number one. Once I know this, I now know that it's inevitable. It's inevitable that I be with a man who cares for me and who takes care of me financially, because I know it's all been set up already. It's been set up over lifetimes and in this lifetime. So there's no need for me to worry. There's no need for me to feel uncertain or doubt or not trust. I know that this is going to happen. Knowing is also a very important part of acting as if. or being, or what we call it, being what we say we want, or being what I say I want, is how I'm going to get what I want. And in order for me to completely embody that, I have to know that this is for me. This is mine. Knowingness is what supports expectation, and also what supports anticipation. It strengthens it. Because once I know that I'm gonna get this, there's no question about it. If it's not this guy, it's gonna be the next guy or the next. It's in the cards, like they say. It's written in the cards. It's written in the stars. So there's no need for me to worry about, but it's just for me to know that it's already here. And all I have to do is just know it. That's the first thing. That's the second thing. Okay, so knowing, expecting, and anticipation. What else did we talk about? What else did I talk about? Yeah. And so that knowingness, how does that knowingness get expressed? And expressing, knowing. Why do you go dark? Knowingness. It's by speaking with certainty. Speaking with certainty about what I want, knowing that I know that this is gonna happen. I know that you're gonna do this for me. I know that you speaking with certainty. When you know something, you talk about it with certainty. Like, I know that I am already in a relationship with a man who provides for me everything that I want. I have to allow it. Speaking with certainty, speaking with expectation, having strong expectations and anticipation. And the third thing, what I talked about, is, well, I haven't talked about this yet, but the third thing is denying the existence of things that I don't want to experience. It's the opposite of affirming, it's almost like, and I know this is also another backward thing that we have not been taught. We've been taught the opposite. That is, denying reality. And, it's not good to deny reality. It is good to deny reality when that reality is not serving you, or when that reality is not the reality that you want. So, because by affirming that reality, by saying, okay, this is it, this is what I see, I further and further affirm it. And as I further and further affirm it, and it becomes true for me, that's what the masculine feels. The masculine begins to feel that this is what is true for her. She's very sure about this. So this is what she wants. This is what I'm gonna give her. But when I deny it, and I know this is gonna take a lot of practice, because denying the existence of something that I've been affirming for a while can be challenging. But it's almost like the people that say they've never experienced racism. When the people next to them say, "Oh yeah, racism exists," the ones that say that they've never experienced it, they have not experienced. It's not real for them. It's not like they know that it exists, but it exists apart from them. Like they're detached from it. So whenever they're talking about racism as a black person, they they talk about it in a way that seems like it doesn't affect them. In a way where it doesn't affect them. So it doesn't affect them, and it's more than that. It's not true for them. It's not in their reality. So, and people who have experienced racism cannot understand it, and they almost get angry at these people, and they think they're lying. But for those people, it's true, and it's real, that I haven't experienced it. I haven't experienced it. So they don't experience it because they can't see it. They have not experienced it. Even sometimes when they see it, they kind of deny it. They deny it. They deny the severity of it, or they excuse it, or they excuse it, or they excuse it, or they act as if it doesn't exist. And I guess that is a denial of reality. But this is also part of playing the game of consciousness, that I just realized that if you, or if I, do not want to be in a relationship with a man who does not provide for me, then I have to deny that. I have to deny that existence. And I have to say things like, I always meet a man who provides for me. I can't understand how a woman would be in a relationship with a man who does not provide for her, and provides for her abundantly, saying things like that. Denying the existence of it. No longer watching or affirming movies and stuff like that where men don't provide uh, for their women, talking against it, and when I see it happen, denying the severity of it. Okay, how would I do that too? Okay, where I see a guy who's not providing for his woman, I have to deny the severity of it by saying, oh, it's not that bad. Maybe he's providing for her in other ways, He's providing for her in other ways. He's providing for her in... Let me write this down. The severity of it. Example, providing for her in other ways, and saying things like, denying the severity of it where I see it. This is not true for me. This is like not for me. Not for me. I'm always with a guy. It's like being completely blind to it. Turning away from it. Turning away from it. That's yeah. Turning away from it and turning towards denying its existence. Yeah, that's what it is. Denying its existence. Denying its existence. It's denying reality. Denying that reality, not denying the totality of reality, but denying that reality. Existence, yeah. Denying that reality. Isn't it fascinating? Isn't it fascinating that the things we are taught is like You have to face reality. You have to face reality, especially when it's reality that you don't want. That's the thing that's actually against us. That instead of facing the reality that we don't want, we are supposed to deny the reality, that reality, not deny the totality of reality, but that reality should be denied. All right, okay. So I think I've been here for quite a while. I forgot to turn the video on, but I think I got the gist of it. Okay, so yeah. The only thing and also saying thank you. Affirming, knowing and expressing knowingness. And acting as if it's already happening. Ooh. This is a whole change of chemistry. And it comes from the source of knowing that I used to manifest at warp speed. I used to be completely in my imagination and being completely in it and experiencing it as I imagine. And when I decided to come down to this 3D world, this 3D experience, I knew that shame and fear and the illusion of loss I think the next video we're going to talk about illusion of loss, because I think that's also a major chip in on the monopoly board. Because you think you're gonna lose something, you think we're gonna, there's no loss. We always gain. We've forgotten that this is a game, and whatever move you make, it's just a move. But we don't make moves because we fear losing, and yeah, it's also it's part of fear. But the fear of loss is a very big chip, and I think in the next video we're gonna explore that. I have to go to the bank and activate my card. It's after 3 o'clock, so I think I better get going. I'm so sorry that I lost about 40 minutes. Can you imagine? But anyway, it is what it is. Sometimes these things happen. I will see you again, maybe later today. We'll see. Bye bye.